We have 6 presentations today for e-government. The first one, automated fingerprint identification system, or rather AFIS, for Criminal Record Division of Sri Lanka Police. Developed by Teekshana, the University of Colombo School of Computing company. Let me now invite Teekshana to do the presentation on AFIS. Little instructions. We all respect you and welcome you here. So you don't need to spend time on welcoming everybody. Don't take full 8 minutes for your presentation. Maximum benefit out of the time for your presentation and deliver the benefits and the content and everything about your presentation. No, don't take time to welcome or thank anybody. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My presentation is about the automated fingerprint identity system that we developed by Teekshana University Colombo School of Computing. This was financed by, initial part of it financed by the icta, and it was project monitoring was done by the Sri Lanka CERT. In 2010, we had a request from the Secretary of Defense in Sri Lanka to develop a fingerprint identification system. And so after about 4 years of research, sorry about that.
I hope Harsha is not panicked. You want to take a long breath before your presentation?
Normally these things happen, you know.
Okay. So we'll start fresh, Harsha, the timing. Yeah. So starts now.
So the automated fingerprint identity system was developed by Teekshana and together with the Sri Lanka Police. And this was initially funded by the icta, and project monitoring was done by the Sri Lanka CERT. Okay, a little bit, I mean, you don't have to go through this one. And basically in 2010, what happened was we were asked to develop this, the software by the Ministry of Defense, by the Secretary of Defense. And so it took about 4.5 years for all the research and the development work. And so the digitalization, in fact, the police did a fantastic job. They were doing the digitalization of 500,000 10-print finger slips. That is actually when when somebody is brought to the police, normally convicted, they take the 10-print, what you call 10-print. And so they had about, I think, 500,000. Out of that, 150,000 were removed. So you can ask the police about that process. It took about 8 months to do that. So in the end of 2013, we started the backlog what we have, the digitalization. Because of the process was done manually, there was a backlog at the time for the identification. So there are 2 types. One is what you call a crime scene, where that you get the fingerprints from the crime scene, that they are called latent prints. And the 10-print is called the identification purposes. Right, the next one is the Afis that we have developed. We have about 99.9% accuracy right now. That's what we are getting right now for the 10-print identification. 10-print identification is very simple. I mean, it's not as simple as I'm just going to put it. I mean, it's just because the whole print is there, it's easier to do. But if you have the latent print, you get the fragments. Very small fragments that you will find in a crime scene. It's very hard to sort of actually do the matching. Now, this is what you're seeing is uploading 10 prints. You can see what we do is we get it on a roll. These are called roll prints, the normal ink what we had. And you have the cropping. Cropping is done through an application. So you can see that it's being done right now. And then it actually it goes through a verification also, that in order to avoid any mistakes of the wrong uploading. You can see the second part in the bottom, that actually how it is done. This is what you call, once we do, we also added certain algorithms also, right? So now normally, the 10-print is worldwide, you know, like everybody uses what you call minutia identification algorithms. That means a minutia algorithm that is worldwide used. But some of the ones that we are now adding, right? Like for instance here, what you have a delta core points, we have to also identify the delta core and we mark it in there so that we can do further filtering mechanisms. Now this is how that we do the 10-print matching. you can see there is a list comes on. And once the list comes on, like you have there is a list of 50 matching, and then the scores. These are given scores. Once it's been matched, you get the highest score. So normally, you go through the naked eye. Normally, that is normally what is done worldwide. You do the normally you can scan it and see whether actually been, that is the one which is going to be presented in court of law, right? You can see, so that's a worldwide thing. So what you are seeing right now is what you call latent print. Latent prints, as I told you, it's a fragments of the fragments that you will get. The fragments you normally have to, so sometimes you have to do the clearing. You have to clear it. You may have to sometime work on it to get the minutia properly identified. In fact, we have given tools right now to do this, the editing as a latent print editing, in the sense that what you can do is you can get the marking of the points. That means even visually you look at it and you can mark the minutia. If the segmentation of the computer cannot identify the minutia, you can even mark it. Because the naked eye, sometimes you see the minutia. So once you are done, this is the system that we have given, so where you can actually mark. So here is once the latent print is matched. It's a very interesting, I have a point here, and if I can show you. So these are called the minutia. These are the initiating, you can see. So this is the pattern that the computer makes. So this is actually longest path algorithm, you can see. And in fact, what you are seeing is this is the latent print, there's a fragment, and this is the one which comes in your 10 print. So this is beautifully, it is marked here. So you can see the similar pattern actually coming in. And so this is being actually now matched, right? So this is one of the things that this algorithm, what we are using is a NIST algorithm. But we have also added certain things into this, so that this has been actually now, we have done better. Now, what is the impact of the system? I want to go through the impact of the system and what we are going to do in one or 2 minutes. Impact of the system is, now we don't have any, for the 10 print identification, there is no backlog at all. At the moment, I think the Sri Lanka police is here, CRD, Criminal Record Division. You can ask them, by the end of the day, we do it in about 3 minutes for each print. At the end of the day, that we actually clear right now 450 prints, 410 prints. That earlier it was about 300, 250, 300. There was a huge backlog that is already gone right now. Now we have started on the what we call the 80,000 backlog of the latent prints. There are 80,000 backlog right now. Up to now, I think for the 2013, 2012, that are already been digitalized. Recently, for the last, now without this hardware, we have already asked for hardware. Without the more sophisticated hardware, we have started actually identifying, there is 50 latent prints recently had been identified. One case, I think, had gone on for 2000, since 2000, there was one case with 40 break-ins, I think, which had been identified from 2006 to up to now. I think you can ask them. And that has been already identified. So there are a lot of things happening right now behind the scene. There are a lot of these that have been now going on. Now, what will be happening in the future? There are a lot of things happening right now. We are also getting new algorithms into this. There's one called modus operandi based. That means we can even, very soon, we may be able to predict the next hit, right? So that means we can deploy the police, the next hit, exactly the time we will know. That's what I'm actually aiming at. So then, the next one is actually we are connecting all of these to all the districts, and so the data will come on. Then very soon that you will have all the police will have the mobile unit running, so that you will have the data immediately. I think now the raids are done in the nights. I think in the Colombo, we know that the criminals are what the criminals right now in the pattern is, the outside from the Colombo is in Colombo. Colombo ones are there outside. Right now, I think there were several raids that had been done, and that fingerprints actually brought in the morning and scanned and uploaded, but in the future, we don't have to do that. So for the next 2 months, you will see a lot of things happening in the Criminal Record Division. So this is the impact of the system right now. So it's a massive impact, very silently it's being done right now. Thank you.